Reggae Boyz starting to pick up the tempo. Slide tackle by Charles. And the shot in the back of the net. It's Warner Brown. Warner Brown evading the challenge by Charles. And a rocket to the last post. No chance for Christopher. As Jamaica take a valuable 1-0 lead at home.
All right. So, Reggae Boy Warner Brown has joined Mount Pleasant. I do understand that there's a quote-unquote fee that is going about. Really and truly, that's not necessarily the fee. But the big question is this the right move? And how did Warner Brown end up at Mount Pleasant? So welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys for taking your 10 minutes or 8 minutes, whatever time period out of your day, to come and sit and listen to what I have to say. It's very important. Without you guys, this channel would be nothing at all. So I really appreciate the continued support. Massive respect on that. Let's see if we can hit 300 likes on this video. Maybe 5 if possible. But definitely please do hit the like button. You're free to do so. It doesn't cost $1, it doesn't cost a dime. It's just literally your thumb touching it. All right. So young striker Warner Brown, who has been prolific for the Reggae Boyz over this so far this year. This year would have marked his rise to stardom, his rise to high heights in the footballing calendar, footballing hierarchy. And that saw him where many clubs outside of Jamaica were looking at him. Now, clubs outside of Jamaica, once a club outside of Jamaica look at you, the whole aspect is go to Europe. That's a big talk. Go to Europe, make it happen, go and make your bread, go and perform at a higher level, go and stake a claim that you are there because you belong there. But that's not necessarily the case here for Warner Brown. How did we reach to have Warner Brown in the Jamaica Premier League? For most of you would have realized that we haven't seen Warner Brown. He wasn't in Jamaica for a long period. To be exact, he was actually in Serbia. And being in Serbia, the club that he was supposed to sign for was Red Star Belgrade. Alright, so the thing is, more going to some information, but I don't want to give you guys too much information. Alright, so Warner Brown basically I swear I don't know if I said. Go on. Warner Brown, Mount Pleasant decided that, you know, I should say, Arnett decided we want to make a move, and apparently it's taking too long based off what Warner Brown is doing, Warner Brown and his agent is doing. And Arnett decided, said, hey, we have accepted a bid from Mount Pleasant, and we are going ahead with that bid at this present moment. And Arnett said, this is the move that's going to make, such and such. And I can only tell you, contract was supposed to be ended in September. Arnett said, hey, we're making a move right now. I accept the bid. Arnett Warner Brown now end up at Mount Pleasant. I'm not going to go too deep into that because there's a lot of things, politics, numbers, disputes, which behind the scenes, because Warner Brown was supposed to be in Serbia same way. He was supposed to sign for Red Star Belgrade. That was the idea. And also, he was also one of the players. He was the first player, well, should I say the second player, that Saint Marin was eyeing for a move. And because of Warner Brown connections, the whole aspect of it is that he was going to Serbia, to Red Star Belgrade, So St. Mirren take the eyes off Warner Brown and put it on the next man in line, which is the second leading goal scorer in Jamara Calvin. So St. Mirren went for the second choice. The move didn't work out for Warner Brown for Red Star Belgrade, quote unquote. As I say, behind the scenes issues between technicalities. So Mount Pleasant said, oh, this is happening. Let me snoop in and let me get something done. They put an offer on the board. The club accepted it. And basically, the player had no option and no choice than to accept it based off contractual obligations. And that's how Warner Brown end up in a Mount Pleasant. Really and truly should not be at Mount Pleasant. Really and truly, I do believe that he's one of the players who definitely can go into Europe and stake a claim. But unfortunately, that's the case. Now, there is something else I want to discuss surrounding Mount Pleasant and the recruitment. Maybe I'm going to do that in a different video. I'm going to use the same Warner Brown context and do it in a different video. But this is strictly around Warner Brown. For me, this is a huge surprise. And when I first saw Warner Brown come public that he signed for Mount Pleasant, I was very surprised because I know that Warner Brown was in Serbia, and when the news break that he signed for Mount Pleasant, I'm like, when did Warner Brown reach to Jamaica? And if that's the case, when I say on it, apparently things didn't work out well, or things didn't ended well between the parties. So Mount Pleasant is the next aim. This now make it a little bit more complicated because going at Mount Pleasant, yes, he's the best striker in the league at this present moment. But what you find out is that Mount Pleasant don't really wait on players. So let me give an example. If Warner Brown say have a bad start, Mount Pleasant really and truly not gonna wait. So bench go next striker in line. Which quote unquote they have a plethora of them, like 7, 8 strikers in the pipeline. So is that a good move for Warner Brown financially? Yes, it is. It is a good move for him financially. And optics wise, no, it's not, because we all believe that Warner Brown should be playing in Europe. Also, we kind of, you know, we are going to wonder if he can replicate that form to be still selected in national setup. So these questions will be asked. And then now you're going to ask yourself the question. If he had made the move to Europe on a personal developmental level, how far would his game would have gone? And how much is he missing out now that he still remain in the Jamaica Premier League? And I do believe he's missing out a lot. He's missing out on playing football in Europe, playing on the top European competition. So he's definitely missing out on a lot. But Warner Brown now joins Mount Pleasant. As I said, I do a different video on Mount Pleasant recruitment and how they do things. Me just make it clear from now, I have no issue with what they're doing at all. So, done deal. Warner Brown to Mount Pleasant. What are your thoughts? Do you think this is the right move for him? No problem. Me never have an option or a chance. Just give us your thought in the comment section. Tell us what you think in the comment section. I do apologize for not being able to share all the information you guys want to know. Me if you try quote it up. I do apologize for that, people. All this, me if you quote up for legal reasons. Legal reasons. So I do apologize for that. Anyways, big up on yourself, people. Smash like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. Out. God bless. Boom. Outside. Hit the like button, people. I beg you. Big up on yourself, people.